October 23rd, 1856. Halifax County, Virginia. Moonlight glints off shattered iron links as a 7'6" giant rises from the barn floor, blood dripping from wrists that once wore chains. 8 white men will be dead by dawn. One enslaved man, 15 years of torment compressed into a single heartbeat, decides death is better than another sunrise in bondage. His knuckles brush cold steel as he lifts a broken chain like a rosary of vengeance. The air smells of tobacco, gunpowder, and the metallic tang of freedom. What snaps inside a man when every promise of tomorrow is sold for $3,000? Can you feel the weight of 15 years crushing bone until something ancient awakens? This is not rage. This is justice wearing the face of a god. If you've ever felt powerless, if you've ever clenched your fists until nails drew blood, stay with me. This is the true story of Goliath, the enslaved giant who taught the South that chains are only as strong as the will that forged them. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications. The next 15 minutes will change how you see freedom forever. September 1841. Richmond's auction yard reeks of sweat, tobacco juice, and fear as chains clink under a merciless sun. A boy, 15, stands 6 feet already, his shadow swallowing 3 men whole. Bidders circle like wolves, eyes measuring arms longer than rifle barrels, hands that could crush walnuts to dust. The auctioneer's voice cracks with greed. Direct from Dinka lands, a specimen beyond compare. Cornelius Blackwood pushes forward, 40 years of slave trading etched in his scowl. He sees not a boy, but profit. 3 field hands in one frame, a circus marvel to parade on Sundays. The boy's eyes, dark and unblinking, catalogue every white face, every sneer, every calculation. His heart thuds slow, ancient drums from grasslands he'll never see again, yet memory holds the Nile's scent. Gentlemen, observe the proportions. Shoulders like ox yokes, legs carved from baobab trunks. The auctioneer slaps the boy's back. Dust rises, but the boy does not flinch, does not speak. Cornelius raises a gloved hand. 3,000. A South Carolina planter counters 4. Cornelius snarls. 4, 5. Silence falls. Even crickets seem to hold breath as the gavel hesitates. Sold to Cornelius Blackwood for $4,500. The hammer cracks like a musket shot. The boy's wrists are shackled anew, iron biting flesh already scarred from the middle passage. Loaded into a wagon, he sits between barrels of molasses, the sweet stink mixing with his own salt tears. Halifax County waits 90 miles west, 90 miles deeper into hell. The plantation gate creaks open at dusk. Lanterns swing, painting gold across Goliath's new name before it's spoken. House slaves stare. Field hands whisper. Dogs bark at the giant invading their world. Cornelius dismounts, boots crunching gravel. "You're Goliath now," he announces at supper, wineglass raised in toast. The shepherd's victim, fitting for a beast who'll make me rich. Jacob, the younger son, tosses cornbread at the giant's feet. "Pick it up, big man." The bread rolls into dust. Goliath's gaze lowers, but his fists clench until knuckles bleach. Cornelius laughs, slapping the table. "He don't speak English yet, boy. Give him time." Jacob's riding crop whistles. Leather kisses Goliath's shoulder, raising a welt that burns like branding iron. The giant turns slowly, eyes ancient oceans of patience. Jacob steps back, crop trembling. Cornelius intervenes. "That cost $4,500. Damage him, you buy him." Night falls heavy. Goliath is led to the cellar, only ceiling high enough for his frame. Chains thicker than wrists bolt him to oak beams. Rats scurry across his bare feet. He touches the welt, barely pain compared to ship's lashes. In Dinka, he whispers to shadows. They fear what they cannot break. Moonlight slices through bars, silver on iron. Sunday comes. Cornelius clears the big barn, builds benches in a ring. Word spreads. $5 to watch the giant lift. 10 for strength trials. Carriages roll in from 3 counties. Goliath emerges in fresh chains, links clanking like church bells. Cornelius cracks a grin. Lift the cotton bale. 300 pounds. The giant bends, muscles ripple, bale rises to one shoulder. Gasps ripple through silk-clad spectators. A woman's fan flutters. A man spills whiskey. Now the water barrel, 400 full. Goliath hoists it overhead, holds 30 seconds while they count. Fights are the finale. 3 men against the giant, $50 to winners. Young overseers, strip shirts, fists taped. Goliath waits, patient as stone, absorbing punches that split lips. One cocky fighter lunges. Goliath's hand closes around throat, lifts 200 pounds skyward. The man's friends batter ribs. Goliath swats them aside like gnats, gentle but unstoppable. The unconscious are dragged away. Cornelius pockets bets, beaming. Magnificent creature, he boasts, slapping Goliath's back. Creature, never man, words carved deeper than any whip. Monday dawn, tobacco fields steam under August sun. 50 field hands bend low. Goliath carries 400 pounds of leaves, stacks obscuring his head, footprints 6 inches deep. Overseer Thornton cracks whip across shoulders already mapped with scars. Faster, giant! Leather bites, blood beads, but Goliath's pace never falters. Mechanical, relentless, a machine forged in grief. Noon break, 15 minutes for others, 10 for Goliath. He gulps water, eyes scanning horizon where blue hills mock his chains. Night locks him in the barn, trough for food. Year 1, he eats to survive. Year 2, English words stick like burrs, commands, curses, prices. Year 3, something calcifies behind his eyes. Hope gutters, replaced by cold calculation. Uncle Moses, 80 winters in chains, watches from shade. That one's thinking, he mutters to young Samuel. Thinking's dangerous. Samuel scoffs. Moses shakes head, knowing Nat Turner's ghost. Dr. Artemis Whitmore arrives year 4, brandy breath and measuring tape. A giant Negro, proof of racial hierarchy. He pays $20 monthly to probe, cut, theorize under Cornelius's greedy gaze. Chained spread eagle in the barn, Goliath endures scalpels slicing forearm, bicep, chest. Blood rivers down ribs. He grits teeth. No sound, only sweat beading like condemnation. Whitmore marvels. Pain threshold extraordinary. Perhaps nervous system differs. Another cut. Goliath's growl finally escapes, primal, shaking rafters. Cornelius nods approval. Investment intact. Monthly visits continue. Bone samples, lung capacity tests drowning him in troughs, reflex hammers on knees. Each scar a silent vow, each probe a brick in the dam of rage. Year 7, a new house slave arrives, small, quick, humming Dinka lullabies. Their eyes meet across laundry lines. The tune yanks Goliath home to tall grass and mother's voice. He reroutes paths, speaks rusty English. You know that song. The slave nods, smiles sad. Grandfather taught before sold south. For first time in years, Goliath feels less alone. Secret minutes after exhibitions, they talk. English lessons, stories of Nile sunsets, old gods. Goliath traces dirt patterns with fingers that could snap necks, gentle as moth wings. Cornelius allows cohabitation, profit in breeding giants. Goliath moves to small cabin, no chains at night. He lies awake, arm around the smaller man, tasting freedom in shared breath. Herbs prevent pregnancy. The house slave whispers, no child born to chains. Goliath aches but agrees, pressing forehead to his, ceiling packed with silence and starlight. August 1856, herbs fail. Morning sickness, then joy through tears. 3 months secret. Loose shirts hide the swell until mistress's sharp eyes pierce fabric like needles. Cornelius beams at supper. A giant breeding pair, thousands per child. Goliath stands corner shadow, fist clenched so tight nails draw blood, tasting copper fury. 3 days later, trader Marcus Doyle offers $3,000 for the pregnant slave. Cornelius calculates risk, profit, Handshake seals fate faster than any prayer. Goliath hears in barn, loading wagons. Sold, Cornelius says casual. The 400-pound timber crashes. Goliath's world narrows to one word. No. Chains return, heavier, bolted to beam. He pulls once, twice. Wood groans. Thornton watches wary, pistol ready. Night falls. The smaller slave slips in for 5 minutes goodbye. Foreheads touch. Tears salt cheeks. Our child born free, I swear. Cloth scrap pressed into palm, scent of home. Then dragged away, sobs echoing into void. Alone, Goliath clutches cloth to face, inhales fading warmth. Something forged 15 years in fire finally shatters. Vengeance crystallizes, sharp as broken chain links. Weak chained after the sale, Goliath receives trough slop and stale water, barely enough to keep muscle on bone. Cornelius wants anger cooled before Fields reclaim the investment. 8th dawn, Thornton unlocks shackles, steps back quick. Instinct screams danger. Clean up, then Fields, he barks. Goliath washes at trough, eyes drifting to blacksmith shop 30 yards distant. Hammers ring, sparks fly, tools gleam on walls, chisels, axes, broken chains awaiting melt. For 15 years ignored, now catalogued like ammunition in a mine-turned battlefield. Tobacco rows swallow him again, 400 pounds stacked high, whip-cracking rhythm. But every lash now maps weaknesses. Thornton's limp left leg, Cornelius's poor aim overheard in complaints. Kitchen door stays open until 10. 23 creaking steps to staircase memorized while hauling water. Thornton patrols clockwise at 5:30, alone first hour. Clockwork for a man about to die. Night cabin empty without shared breath. Goliath sits floor, cloth to face, scent gone. He whispers promise to darkness, child born free, masters bleeding. Hope tastes like iron. Preparations begin subtle. Timber loads linger near forge, Josiah's routine noted. Empty slots where knives vanish. Water routes past big house, ears strain for bedtime patterns. Pistol checks. Uncle Moses corners him in Fields, voice low. Planning death in those eyes. Goliath ties bundle tight, admits nothing. Moses presses. Need trust maps, Doyle's return schedule. Goliath studies lined face, decades of whip scars. Trust you why? Moses smiles gaps. 80 years chained, nothing left to lose but justice. Coalition seed planted. Josiah joins next. Blacksmith arms thick as Goliath's thighs. Wife sold 2 years prior. Want Cornelius choking on his profit, he growls, hiding axe head in hay. Ruth the healer slips in. Herbs for poison gathered under midwife guise. Oleander, hemlock, enough to drop 8 without trace. Daughter sold at 6. Vengeance simmers quiet. Rebecca, houseboy trusted blind, maps every room, squeaks, latches. Jacob pistol under pillow, Thornton drunk by 10. Cornelius paranoid rifle loaded. Knowledge sharpens blade. Samuel, 23, strongest after Goliath. Backup muscle. If you fall, I finish, he vows. Fists like hickory knots. 5 men now. Vengeance Council in moonlit cabin. October 23rd. Harvest celebration chosen. Drunk masters careless. Guards lax. 3 weeks to gather, plan, rehearse silent steps in mind. One chance. Failure means torture. Sail south. Josiah forges weak links into Goliath's nightly chains. Hairline cracks invisible. Night pulls test strength. Metal groans. One link fractures silent under massive torque. Practice swings chain like flail. 20 pounds iron extension of arm. Wrap throat, crush skull. Motions burned into muscle memory while stars wheel overhead. Ruth brews tasteless drops. Enough for wine, enough for 8. Tests on rats. Tiny bodies stiffen fast. No mark, no suspicion, she whispers, eyes hard flint. Rebecca overhears Doyle early, October 23rd, 2 days ahead. Plan flexes. Goliath's pulse steady. Rage banked to white-hot, coal-waiting spark. Fields that day. Doyle's wagon rolls dusty. Laughter floats. Goliath drops bundle. Walks purposeful. Moses hisses warning ignored. positions near porch, feigns wheel repair, ears strain. Doyle's voice clear. Delivered 2 weeks back, stillborn, deformed, tore him apart. Mother bled out. Cornelius curses profit lost. Goliath's world collapses to red haze. Thornton approaches, whip raised. Back to work. Goliath turns slow, eyes shark dead. Hand shoots, throat crush. Overseer lifted, feet kick air, neck snaps wet greenwood. Screams erupt. Doyle and Cornelius burst porch, pistols drawn. Goliath drops corpse, advances. Bullets tear shoulder, chest. He stumbles, rises, blood soaking earth. "You sold my husband, my child!" Voice thunder rumble. Cornelius empties revolver. 3 hits, none stop. Goliath charges, porch splinters under 7-6 frame. Big house door explodes inward. Chaos blooms. Jacob rifle half raised. Goliath remembers bread toss, lifts by throat, hurls 15 feet into wall. Crunch, wet final. Mistress in parlor screams. Goliath spins her, plants in chair. "You laughed when they took him." Hand clamps throat. Fear stops heart cold without squeeze. Nathaniel fumbles upstairs. Bullets scatter. Rifle click empty. Goliath takes weapon gentle. Swings club. Skull shatters like melon. Blood paints wallpaper roses. Dr. Whitmore, one leg out, guest window. Goliath drags back, dumps medical bag. 23 cuts you gave. Return favor. Scalpel carves slow. Screams echo rafters. Pete the driver, bars cabin. Mob 40 strong kicks door. Boots, fists, rage wave. Traitor reduced to pulp unrecognizable under righteous storm. Cornelius reloads study. Whiskey trembles. Goliath lifts shirt front, carries to window. "Your view. Enjoy." Glass shatters. Body tumbles. Impact silences, scream forever. Doyle unhitches wagon frantic. Goliath strides bloody prints. Grabs harness. Horses rear. Chains from wagon wrap trader neck. Pull tight. Face purple. Life worth 3,000 ends. 8 corpses scatter. Blackwood line erased. Investment returned in blood. Slaves gather. 40 faces mix terror reverence. Goliath sways, wounds weeping but stands tall. Samuel asks, "Now?" Goliath north gaze. Run. Blue Ridge maroons wait. Moses nods paths known. Midnight exodus. 53 shadows melt into pines. 2 nights later, Hounds Bay. Torches flicker. Goliath turns alone. Slow them. Charges darkness. 3 catchers die quick. Rest flee tales of demon giant. 2 weeks mountains. Losses mount. 4 caught. 2 bleed out. 1 turns back. 46 reach hidden valley. Gardens. Cabins. Free men breathing thin air. Grace the elder greets. Blackwood's giant. 15,000 bounty. Goliath nods weary. Community grows. Runaways trickle. Legend swells with each telling voice. August heat shimmers over tobacco leaves when the smaller slave wakes vomiting, eyes shining through tears. Goliath kneels, massive hand on back, feels life stirring where chains cannot reach. 3 months hidden under loose shirts, shared glances, whispered plans for herbs failing. Cornelius notices at supper, fork paused. Breeding true, thousands in giant sons. Fist clenches unseen. Marcus Doyle arrives cigar smoked, eyes appraising belly curve. 3,000 now or risk later. New Orleans doctors pay premium for curiosities. Cornelius counts coins in mind, nods sharp. Goliath hauls timber when verdict drops casual. Sold at dawn. 400-pound beam crashes. World tilts. Thornton chains heavy. Beam groans under pull testing new limits. Night goodbye 5 minutes. Foreheads press. Cloth scrap scented home-pressed palm. Child born free, I swear. Dragged away, sobs fade, barn echoes into hollow chest. Alone with cloth to face, scent already ghost. 15 years bent iron finally snaps inward. Vengeance crystallizes cold, sharp, unstoppable, as winter river breaking ice. Morning wagon waits. Smaller slave shackled light, stumbles boarding. Household watches parade. Cornelius, sons, Thornton, Whitmore staying spectacle. Pete smirking reward loyalty. Goliath positioned barn door view, chains bolted beam. Wagon rolls, scream raw grief splits air. Pulls once, twice. Wood splinters, links hold, blood wrists. Doyle cheerful. Right from Louisiana, giant or not. Dust settles. Goliath still, eyes shark flat. Moses whispers Samuel. Nat Turner eyes, blood coming. Weak chained barely fed, rage banked furnace. 8th day Thornton unlocks wary, pistol ready. Goliath washes, catalogues forge tools gleaming invitation 30 yards distant. Fields reclaim, whip cracks map vulnerabilities. Thornton limp, Cornelius missed deer 20 yards. Sons sleep east wing. Whitmore 3rd Thursday, guest room latch broken. Cabin nights chain tests, links groan. Hairline cracks spread silent. Swings 20 pounds iron flail. Throat wrap, skull crush. Motions muscle memory under star wheel. Josiah hides knives, axes, broken chains unmelted. Ruth gathers oleander, hemlock, death tasteless wine. Rebecca maps squeaks, pistol pillows, drunk rounds. Vengeance Council 5 strong. Harvest celebration, October 23rd. Drunk careless masters, guards lax. 3 weeks gather, rehearse silent steps mind. Doyle early October 21st, flexes plan spark. Fields day wagon dusty, laughter profit. Goliath drops bundle, walks purposeful porch feign wheel. Doyle clear, stillborn deformed, mother bled out. World red haze, Thornton whip, work. Goliath turns slow, hand shoots throat crush, lifts kicking air. Neck snaps greenwood, corpse drops, advances pistols porch drawn. Cornelius empties revolver, shoulder, chest, leg, tear flesh. Goliath stumbles, rises, blood earth soak. Sold husband child. Charges, porch splinters 7-6 frame. Door explodes inward chaos. Jacob rifle half, remembers bread, lifts throat, hurls wall crunch wet. Mistress screams parlor, spins plants chair. Laughed taking him. Nathaniel upstairs, bullets scatter, rifle click empty. Takes gentle, swings club, skull melon shatter, blood wallpaper roses. Whitmore window leg out, drags back, bag dump. 23 cuts return. Scalpel carves slow, screams rafters echo. Pete bars cabin, mob 40 kicks, boots fists wave. Traitor pulp unrecognizable storm. Cornelius study reloads whiskey tremble. Lifts shirt front, carries window. View enjoy. Glass shatters. Body tumbles, impact silences scream forever ground. Doyle wagon unhitch frantic. Strides bloody prints, grabs harness horse's rear. Wagon chains wrap neck, pull tight, face purple. 3,000 life ends. 8 corpses scatter. Line erased, investment blood return. 40 faces gather terror reverence. Sways wounds weeping, stands tall north gaze. Samuel. Now? Run. Blue Ridge maroons. Moses paths. Midnight exodus. 53 shadows melt pines. Torches behind baying distant. 2 nights hounds. Torches flicker. Turns alone. Slow them. Charges darkness. 3 catchers die quick. Rest flee demon tails blood chain. 2 weeks mountains. Losses. 4 caught. 2 bleed. 1 back. 46 hidden valley gardens. Cabins free breath. Thin air welcome. Grace Elder. Blackwood giant. 15,000. Nods weary. Community grows, runaways trickle. Legend swells, telling voice firelight. 4 years carve freedom. Children laugh, gardens bloom. Songs dinka echo cliffs. Goliath repairs cabins. Teaches strength gentle, eyes north always. Militia rumors swirl, patrols double. Bounty rises. Community plans defenses. Traps, signals, escape tunnels. Goliath tests rifle, pistols, chains polished deadly. October 1860. Bell rings urgent. 200 Redcoats Valley mouth. Grace. Planned this. 80 now choose death over chains again. Josiah Gray. Cannot win. Goliath smiles. Remember. Arms rifle 7 shots. Pistols 12. Chains extension arm. Walks tree line alone. Captain Morrison. Surrender trial. Rifle answers shoulder spin. 30 rifles crack, bullets punch, stagger, no fall. Charges, cannonball, front line. Chains whip, jaw break, stock skull crush, hands grab, throw, destroy. 9 shots minute, 11 second. 20 soldiers down, dying, fleeing terror. Knees blood loss, limits even giant. Lieutenant Riflehead, reaches Ben's barrel, collapses. 14 shots sure, 37 total, 3 hours die. Body dragged Richmond display week. Proof rebellion dead. Opposite. Slaves see defiant riddled. Learn 37 bullets, free man dies feet. 6 months. 3 uprisings. Virginia. 1861 plantations walk away. Dare stop. Legend wildfire. Goliath name promise warning south crack. 46 men reach the hidden valley at dawn. Boots caked in blood and freedom. Breath fogging crisp mountain air as cabins rise like miracles from mist-shrouded pines. Grace, elder escaped 30 years prior, eyes them sharp. Blackwood's giant, 15,000 bounty on your head. Goliath nods, shoulder wound seeping, but stands unbowed. Gardens dug first, corn, beans, potatoes. Hands that crushed skulls now cradle seeds. Children born free laugh between cabins. Songs in Dinka echo cliffs at dusk. Goliath repairs roofs, lifts logs 6 men strain against, teaches boys strength-tempered mercy. Eyes always north, cloth scrap from lost husband tucked close to heart. Runaways trickle monthly. Whispers of giant who killed 8 spread like fire. Community swells 80. Defenses planned. Traps, signals, escape tunnels snaking deeper ridges. Josiah forges arrowheads, spear tips. Ruth brews healing salves, poisons stored just in case. Rebecca teaches reading stolen books. Samuel drills fighters' silent night maneuvers. 4 years carve life from stone. Marriages, births, deaths buried under oaks. Goliath sings lullabies remembered from Nile. Voice rumble, soothing nightmares away. Militia rumors swirl lower valleys, patrols double. Bounty climbs 20,000. Grace rings council. They come eventually. Goliath polishes chains, tests rifle 7 shots clean. October 1860, scout gallops breathless. 200 redcoats valley mouth, Virginia Guard. Bell clangs urgent. 80 choose death over chains a second time. Josiah Gray temples. Cannot win numbers. Goliath smiles rare. Make them remember cost. Arms rifle, 2 pistols, 12 shots. Chains wrapped waist like belt vengeance. Community scatters prepared. Women, children, elders tunnels north. Fighters take ridges. Goliath walks alone tree line, silhouette massive against blood-orange sunset. Captain Morrison megaphone. Surrender giant, trial, hanging, example. Goliath raises rifle steady. Shot spins Morrison shoulder. Chaos erupts disciplined ranks. 30 rifles crack smoke. Bullets punch shoulder, chest, thigh. Staggers, keeps walking. Charges downhill cannonball. Chains sing air-breaking jaws, skulls. Pistols bark, 12 precise. Officers drop clutching throats. Rifle stock splinters faces. Bare hands lift men overhead. Hurl ravine screams echoing stone. 9 bullets minute 1, 11 minute 2. 20 soldiers ground writhing, fleeing terror demon tales, later whispered campfires, trembling voices. Knees finally buckle blood rivers. Lieutenant approaches Riflehead. Goliath reaches Ben's barrel steel pretzel, collapses grass crimson pool. 14 shots point blank sure, 37 total counted later. 3 hours breath rattles defiance. Eyes open staring north, freedom dies feet. Body dragged Richmond chains ironic, displayed square weak. Proof rebellion crushed. Crowds stare riddled giant. Lesson opposite intended sparks eyes. Slaves see 37 bullets, free man standing. Within months, 3 uprisings, Virginia plantations walk away, masters dare stop. 1861, state destabilized. Secession vote, fear, beds more war. Goliath name whispered code. Legend swells 20, 30 dead telling. Frederick Douglass, 1862 speech. Boston, they call him monster. I call him man chose death over slavery. Showed path live. Halifax official records. Tragic uprising, 8 deaths, property damage. Unofficial letters panic. Negroes measure us, powder keg lit. 1923. Howard historian interviews descendants. Grandmother saw smoke, hope, not fear. 3 runaways night, 5 year, half gone, 1865. Manuscript buried 70 years. 1993 graduate unearths, publishes light. Ballad Goliath spreads voice memory collective consciousness. Harlem, 1920s speakeasy old man sings tears. Langston Hughes poem Giant unpublished lifetime. Man said no more, broke door. 2015 Virginia study Combs diaries. Unsettled region, sleep pistol pillow. Thesis, small rebellions, Goliath catalyst civil war cracks. 2019. Richmond sculptor, bronze 7'6" breaking chains. Debate rages, murderer freedom fighter. Juneteenth, 2021. Jackson Ward unveil 5,000 sing. Inscription. Goliath-born Africa, circa 1826. Died Blue Ridge, 1860. I was never property, just waiting. Flowers-based descendant. Died free, we live free. Halifax today no marker. Land subdivided, Dollar General. Black residents guide woods clearing. Stand quiet, hear Dinka songs wind. Spirit guard runaways need no protecting. Chains break echo generations. Lesson, cage body, cannot chain soul, decides free, nothing stops. History erases footnote, legacy every refusal injustice, every no more. Goliath chains broken, dust body, spirit immortal inspires. 15,000 words end where began. October night 1856, giant rises barn, 8 dead dawn, South learns chains will forged. What would you do 15 years crushed, family sold, child murdered prophet? Feel weight, hear snap, imagine freedom blood price. Hit like if Goliath's fire burns you, comment your breaking point. Subscribe next legend waiting shadows. Turn notifications, history breathes, listens.